everybody, it's Jessica Kalil. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching today. Today I'm doing a super fun and special video because as many of you know, I won the NYX Cosmetics Face Awards last year, and here I am this year and I am one of their digital coaches, and I'm kind of helping throughout the Face Awards process for this year. It's so exciting. I love seeing all of the challenges come through. So they actually asked me to film and announce the third challenge, which will go to the top 12. So whoever makes it in the top 12 will see this video of this look that I'm gonna do and hopefully inspire them and kind of kickstart their way onto their top 12. So I thought I would just film kind of a get ready with me as I transform into my version of Frida Kahlo. So the third challenge for the Face Awards contestants for top 12 is icons. This challenge is so special because you really get to transform yourself into an idol or a great historical figure or someone who has really made an impact on your life. Some ideas can be Marilyn Monroe, Elvis Presley, Martin Luther King, you know, very prominent, iconic people. And the whole idea of this is to really connect and kind of transform yourself into your version of that person. So for me, you guys know I love Selena. Selena was the first idea I had. Then I thought of Jennifer Lopez because to me she is so iconic. And then I really dug deep into my roots, and I thought, you know what? Frida Kahlo is amazing. She was such a life force, incredibly artistic and expressive, and she just went through so much in her lifetime that I feel like I really want to pay tribute to her. I'm going to go ahead and start with the blush. I want to do more of an orange blush. So for the blush and kind of going into the eye area, I'm going to use this NYX Hot Singles in the shade LOL. So as many of you may know or may not know, Frida Kahlo is Mexican. She was born in Mexico and she just was an incredible cutting edge artist for her time. I saw a pretty cool quote as I was kind of researching more about her for this look. And something she said is, they thought I was a surrealist, but I wasn't. I never painted dreams. I painted my own reality, which is so true. She went through a lot. She went through like this crazy accident in a bus, and she was in like a full body cast for so long. So she ended up just painting on her cast and still painting laying down. And she just came up with the most incredible, like her vision was just so intense, questionable, taboo for some, but she didn't care. It was like truly her reality and what she wanted to do, which I absolutely love that. If you haven't seen the movie Frida, I highly recommend it. It's such a beautiful film and it stars Salma Hayek. Gosh, it's just, oh, it's an incredible movie. So for my eyes, I'm gonna go ahead and use the NYX Lingerie palette, and I'm gonna pick up this orange shade here. I'm just buffing this into the crease, up and around, and then I'll smoke it out. So she didn't wear a ton of eyeshadow as far as what I can see, really a ton of makeup altogether. I mean, there are a few pictures of her in a bright bold red lip, which I love, which I'm definitely gonna do, but otherwise her eyeshadow was pretty neutral. So also about Frida is that she was super politically involved, and sometimes she would display some of her opinions and kind of what was going on in the world in Mexico, like through her paintings. She was definitely an activist. Now to darken up the edges, I'm gonna go in with this darker brown here, just a little bit to give me some depth and dimension on the outer corners. So she had over 200 paintings, sketches, and drawings of all of her ideas and her reality, which is wild to me. And then out of those 200, 143 were actually paintings. And then out of the 143 paintings, she had 55 self-portraits, which I absolutely love. I think it's just an epitome of an incredible artist telling a story. She was literally showing her own truth, which is ultimately why I think she has this huge legacy and fame behind her work. Okay, now that that is nice and blended, I do want to add some purple into this look because my headpiece and everything has purple and orange. So I'm going to do some purple right here and then maybe some orange on the bottom. So I recently came across Buxom eyeshadows. I never used them before and they're pretty darn cool. And this purple is called Posh Purple and I'm loving it, so I want to use it again. So I'm just going to pack this over the lid. we'll buff everything out in a bit. Okay, so I'm just gonna layer this up because I really want the purple to stand out. I think it's gonna look really pretty with the rest of the look. I just read another like interesting story with her. So Frida Kahlo was actually asked to paint a portrait of a friend of hers, Dorothy Hale, in 1939 because she committed suicide. So Frida did so. She was like, I'll paint a portrait of her, and she actually painted like the story of her tragic leap of death. And it says here, while the work has been heralded by critics, its patron was horrified at the finished product. I don't blame the person who asked her to paint that, that they were horrified, but I get why she did. She's like, you want me to paint my friend, so this is what I'm gonna paint because this is what happened, because it was a suicide. Okay, now that the purple is nice and blended out, I'm gonna go ahead and pop over to under my eyelids, and I think I wanna go with an orange. Yep, I want to go with an orange. I'm changing it up. It's crazy. Let's just do it. So for that, I'm taking my ViseArt palette. This is the Editorial palette, and I'm picking up the shade here. So I'm just going to buff that right under, and then I'll blow it out. Now going in a little bit closer to the actual lash line, I'm going back in with Posh Purple, and I'm going to just tuck that right into the lash line, so that it's a little bit closer, and I'll just show more like dimension, like darkness going inwards. Okay, now for an inner corner highlight, I'm going into my Persona Identity palette and using the shade Sassy. I love it so much. You guys are probably like over me talking about it, but it's this shade right here, and it's absolutely stunning. It's my favorite highlight shade. Now I'm gonna work that into the brow bone, as usual. Then I tap it in so it's nice and blended. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyeliner and lashes off camera, and then we'll come back and then we'll do the unibrow. I started to get carried away, and I thought I needed to turn the camera back on before I put my lashes on. So what I did is I lined my bottom waterline with black, and then I layered on more black eyeshadow closer to the waterline. Then I did some more purple and then orange, and I brought that out a little bit further out and around so it kind of looks like a fan. So definitely not what Frida Kahlo used to wear by any means, but I wanted to go a little bit more bold and a little bit more bright because I want this to look very visual when you pull back. So just so you know, that's what I did. And now I'm going to add a little bit of black and kind of build in the crease a little bit more to kind of even out what we did on the bottom there. So I'm going back into the Lingerie palette, and I'm going to pick up some of that brown to buff out that black I just laid down. Yep, so this is definitely changing, but it's okay. Change is good. And makeup is fun, so you get to do whatever you want, right? I'm gonna go pop on some lashes, and I'll be right back. All right, y'all, lashes are on. These are by Rouge and Rogue, and these are in the style Nirvana. I've been using these. I love Rouge and Rogue lashes, and I like to kind of stick with one style for a few looks, and then I swap over to another one and then another one. They're just so awesome and fluffy. Okay, let's move on to the eyebrows. I never use eyebrow pencils. First of all, I always used to use eyeshadow, but for this I need a pencil to draw the little hairs, and I'm gonna use MYOB's eyebrow pencils. One is in deep brunette and one is in brunette. So I think I'm just gonna swap between the two and do some lighter lines and darker lines and see what we can come up with. All right, so I'm just gonna take each eyebrow in a little bit at a time and see what we can come up with. I'm also gonna take these a little bit down because that's how hers did. Okay, this is in the shade Deep Brunette. Okay, y'all, I think I'm gonna leave the brows like this for now. I might go back in with some shadow. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Just as I normally would my normal eyebrows. Cute. All right, let's move on to lipstick. Then I'll put all the headgear on and stuff. For a lip liner, I'm going to use MYOB's lip liner in Shiraz. And I'm going to definitely overdrab because that's what I like to do. I'm going to do the rounded lip. The liquid lipstick by MYOB is called About Last Night, and then the liquid lipstick by Clove and Hallow is called Fiesta. Alright, the red lip is almost dry. In the meantime, I went ahead and put some baking powder to really cut my contour so that I looked really fierce and like angled. Now let's go ahead and layer on some Clove and Hallow liquid lipstick. This is in Fiesta. This is the orangey tone red. It's so beautiful. I think it'll look really nice popped in the center. I'm also going to add some of this darker brown in the NYX Lingerie palette in the corners of my lips to really make them look super multi-dimensional. Alright, you guys, I'm feeling good about this so far. I'm going to wipe away my bake and then I'm going to go put on the rest of my costume. So let me go do that and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, my outfit, costume, and icon transformation is complete for my Frida Kahlo. I think this looks awesome. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, please, oh please subscribe to my channel and make sure you hit the notification bell. It was so much fun getting dressed up as Frida Kahlo. I had such a blast. You guys connect with me. I'm all over social media. Make sure to check me out on Instagram or Twitter. I am at GorgeousFX, and then on YouTube and Facebook, I'm Jessica A.M. Kalil. So check me out. I love you guys. As always, lots of love and hugs from my home to yours. I'll see you in the next video.